Sometimes being the best person that you can be is not about upping your skills and personal development and implementing new strategies and tactics and being on that hamster wheel chasing success. Sometimes it's not about that at all. The interesting thing about this conversation is that I'm not going to say anything that you don't already know. I guarantee you. But that's not the point. The point is, are you doing it? And every once in a while, you need someone to come along, perhaps, and just knock you upside the head and ask you, hey, I know you already know it, but are you doing it? And I'm going to talk to you today about the sure key to happiness that I know of, that if you implement, it will instantly improve the quality of your life, and it will instantly help you be the best version of yourself. So, I am Mark Johnson, the founder of Bounce Pep, bringing you a fit and flourishing future. I'm also the youngest son of Bill Johnson. Happy to have you here. Definitely want you to subscribe. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It takes you basically a millisecond and costs you nothing. So please do so. I appreciate it. And also, if you have a little bit more time, go to www.bouncepep.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage and just sign up to our email list. It's free, and we don't spam you and bombard you with, junk mail or anything like that. But please sign up. So, what are we talking about today? One of the surest keys to happiness that I know of personally, I'm going to share it with you. I believe that you already know this, okay? I'm almost sure that you already know this. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because so many people simply forget to do it, okay? So consider this a reminder. So here's the thing. Look, we're all adults. We all have responsibilities and obligations. Certainly, if you have kids now, or maybe you have had kids and they've moved out already, but obviously, if you've raised a family, then that's even more obligation. And you know how life can be. You get up, you go to work, and you're taking care of responsibilities. Responsibilities, obligations are not bad, inherently. It's just the fact of life that we're adults and we have to take care of things, make sure things get done. We have people that we have to take care of. And along the way, we get so caught up in obligations and responsibilities and making sure everybody else is okay that we forget to give ourselves some grace and allow ourselves some happiness in our own lives. And again, this kind of thing just it happens over time where you're living life and one day you realize, like, I've been all this time is going by, and I'm not having as much fun as I want to. I'm not enjoying my life as much as I want to. So if you feel like that, this talk is definitely for you, okay? So let me tell you the three things that I think that you can do. And the key is this. The key to happiness that I know about is always having something to anticipate, always having something to look forward to in your life. Number one, you need to periodically have a big event in your life that you're looking forward to. The simplest example that I can think of would be a trip, some type of a vacation. And I'm not talking about just something where you go and spend the night and come back home. I mean, like, a legit trip where it's at least a few days and you're going someplace that you're excited about going to. Maybe it's a place that you've never been, but it's something that's going to get your excitement up, get your adrenaline up, and have you looking forward to doing it months in advance. So you need to have like a periodic event like that. Maybe it's 3 months away, or maybe it's 6 months away, but just something like that, 2 or 3 times a year, like something big that you're looking forward to. It doesn't have to be travel. I'm just using that as an example that most of us can relate to. Now, number two is a little bit more challenging because it's not a singular event. It's not just one big fireworks show that just happens. This one is more challenging because it's something that engages you on a daily basis. And what I'm talking to you about is having something that you are passionate about that energizes you every day. It can be related to your vocation, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be related to what you do for a living, but it could be. It could be something outside of that. But having something that you're passionate about in your life that gives you energy when you wake up, that just makes you want to do it. This is very, very important. This is another thing that you need to have in your life to ensure, your happiest self. It's tough when you're kind of going through life and you feel almost listless or kind of adrift because you're just doing the same things every day and kind of going through the motions, but there's no real excitement to it. There's no passion to it, and certainly there's no anticipation to anything uh, because you know, it's just monotonous basically. So I want you to think about, what is that thing, whether it's a mission or some type of inspiration or some type of project that you can apply your energy to, that is going to be something you can be passionate about, okay? And something that you can anticipate doing on a regular basis. And then the third and final thing that I want to talk to you today about has a little something to do with finances. Um, Now, I'm not some financial advisor, so don't don't consider this some kind of financial gospel. Um, but I do think this is important when it comes to your happiness. And if you're wealthy, then you probably don't need to hear this. But if you're on a struggle bus, then maybe you need to hear this. Stop telling yourself that you can't afford it, whatever it is. Stop telling yourself that. One day you're going to wake up, you're going to be 75, 80 years old, and you're going to think, you know, here I am, 80 years old, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I didn't do that either. I didn't do any of those things because I kept telling myself I couldn't afford them. Put your mind to coming up to marshaling the resources to make it possible. There are ways that you can create possibilities. Sometimes you have to cut other fat out of your life. There's a lot of fat in your life probably. If you search for it, believe me, you can probably find some fat in your life that you can cut out um, that will basically boost your financial resources. Okay, a lot of people are blowing money on a lot of things that they don't necessarily have to. Don't forget that life is not as long as you think it is. Okay, and the younger you are, um, the more that message applies to you. But even if you're middle aged or a bit older, you know, in 20 years, you don't want to be looking back, 80-year-old woman or man, and kind of regretting all the things that you didn't do because you kept telling yourself you can't afford it. So this was my message for you today. It's simple. I know that I did not say anything that you don't already know, but again, it's a reminder. This is the biggest difference that I see between people who are really, really successful, people who are really, really happy, people who are really, really accomplished is implementation, like follow through. A lot of people know a lot of the right stuff and they just don't do it. Okay? So don't put yourself in that basket. I want you to take this with you. Talk to you next time.